Hello, Silaholics, and welcome to Silaholics Anonymous. I am Shakia. If this is your first time here and you have never viewed any of my content, I do hope that you enjoy the contents of this video and will choose to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I release new content. If you are a subscriber, thank you for the support and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create custom word art designs using various shapes. For this, we are going to be using the website wordart.com. I've tried quite a few word art, or some of them are called word cloud programs and websites, and I find that word art is the most versatile and allows for the most customization. This is what the site will look like once you go to it so that you know that you are in the right place, because as I said, there are several of these types of sites. There are free options when it comes to creating the word art. You only have JPEG or PNG for that. I do find that the quality of it is a bit compressed when you are using the free ones, but they work just the same. It just depends on the type of quality that you are looking for your final product. Pricing wise, you can download whether it's a JPEG, a PNG, an SVG, a PDF, or a digital HTML download so that you can see the animation. You can download any of those. You can get 5 downloads for $9.99, which is a really good value, and then so forth and so on. I personally have an unlimited plan. I do it whenever I get kind of in the mood to design word art. I will choose to activate a 1-month plan during that time. That way I'm not limited in how I can download it. I can download it as a straight PNG, JPEG, or I can download it as an SVG. I can save as a JPEG or a PNG from Select Studio if I bring it in as an SVG, but sometimes it's just easier. And if they're going to do it for me, I personally like the unlimited one. You don't have to do it every month. You can do it when you see fit. All right. So that is how the pricing breaks down. So let's take a look at creating word art. So from the main menu, from the main screen, you just click back on word art. You're going to go to create now, and we're just going to go to create. And as you're going to see here, you will be able to put in any words that you want. All right. If you choose uppercase, everything will be uppercase. If you choose lower, everything will be lowercase. You choose capitalize, the first letter will be capitalized and everything else will be lowercase. I'm just going to go ahead and clear all, and I'm going to type it all in myself. Which, did it close out the one that I already had? I think it did, but that's okay. All right, whatever words that you want to type, you're going to put them in. So let's say we go Silaholics. Then I'm going to go and hit enter. Oh, what's going on? Back. Alrighty, let's just go create now. Create. All right. Silaholics Anonymous. If I want some of the words to have capital letters, I don't want everything, you would have to type it in with those caps. So we're going to go caps lock, Silaholics, and then Anonymous. If I want them to show together and not completely separated, instead of putting just one word on that line, you will put both words. So we're going to go Silaholics Anonymous, and then I'm going to go Silaholics Anonymous. You can put dates in there. I'm just going to put May because it's my birthday. And then I'm just going to put 1981, the year I was born. Let's see. Let's just type in Gemini. And then I'm going to also put it in lowercase. So Gemini. Let's see. Crafting. Okay, so you have all of your words. Now you would go to shapes. I personally find that Wordart doesn't have like some of your basic shapes, like a rectangle. If you are doing this for sublimation and you wanted to create, let's say, a template for either a mask or a mug or anything that requires a rectangle shape, a puzzle, they actually don't have a basic rectangle shape. So in Silhouette Studio, you would go and create a rectangle. To make a rectangle, you're going to go to the drawing tools, choose rectangle, and make it whatever size that you want. You can just randomly do it, just making sure that, you know, you're bigger than, let's say, with a 11-ounce mug, it's about 4 inches. So you can make that right at 4 inches. You can use the scale up here to make a specific size, and then you want to fill it with color. Once you fill it with color, you're going to go File, Save As, Save to Hard Drive, and then you're going to give it a name. So I'm just going to go Wordart rectangle, which there should already be one here. So I have a 24-inch because I did that when I did a senior crown. So I'm just going to go Wordart rectangle. I'm going to put 4 inches. And here for type, you want to choose PNG and then OK. I'm just going to take this down to 100%. And then transparent background and save. Once that's saved, you're going to go back to the Wordart website. You're going to go to Add Image. Open image from your computer. And you're going to choose the file. Right, that's open there. We're going to hit OK. Once it's there, we want to kind of see it before we maybe even start filling in other stuff. You just hit visualize. And you're going to see whatever font that was there, and you see all of the text in the box. We're then going to go to fonts. And here you would choose which font you want. You can choose more than one font. So let's go here to come play. Let's hold to select multiple fonts. You're going to hold down Control and you're going to click on the font that you want to use. Once you choose your fonts, you can hit visualize again. And you'll see those fonts. All right, we're going to go now to layout. You have horizontal, vertical, horizontal and vertical, crossing, horizontal and vertical. Crossing words will make it to where there's nothing going straight up and down. They'll just be crossing. Dancing words is kind of random. It's kind of like the crossing words, but it's a little bit more random in how that goes. You have a positive slope to where everything is slanted, going in a certain the same direction, and then you can reverse that. Each time you hit visualize, it will rotate the font, the alignment of it, the size of certain things. You can also choose random and then a custom option. All right. And you can tell it how many words you want it to include. So you can just do kind of auto. If we go define, you tell it how many words. So the more words you have in there, it's going to start to make things a lot smaller, a lot more compressed. All right. See how we have all those really, really small words. If we go and say less, you're going to have bigger words and more space. Okay. Now we're going to go down to style. You can choose custom colors for your design. So rather than go off of the color of the shape, you're going to go to custom. Of course, there'll be some default colors there. Once you click on those, you're going to come here to your hex code, like to your color chart. I do not recommend that you go through and randomly choose colors. Use a color chart to determine what colors you want to use, especially if you're doing sublimation, because you want those colors to, be exactly what you want. So if you have a color chart that you have printed off and pressed to polyester fabric, my recommendation is to felt. I do have a video on that. I also have a set of color charts conveniently set up for you to print to 8.5 by 11 sublimation paper and sub to the 8 by 10 felt sheets. So let's say for this, I wanted to go with a green because that is my birthstone. We're going to click off of all of those colors and we're going to put in 33 FF00. 33 FF00, and we're going to add that to the palette. It looks quite bright, but it really isn't once it's sublimated. I like teals, so let's go with 1DE9B6. I'm just going to hit insert. That's going to add that. Let's go with a nice pinkish color. So we're going to go with D81B60. And then purple 311B92. All right. And if I wanted to add, let's say, well, my background is black. So if I wanted to just add black and maybe not use the background, I could add black, which is just 0000000. Okay. And then I'm going to close and it's going to change it for me. If I don't like the arrangement, we're just going to hit visualize. It's going to give me a new setup. The colors will change. If I like one particular part of it, I can click on that. Well, let's come over here. Let's go edit, I'm sorry, and click on that. And it's going to be unlocked. And once it's unlocked, it will stay as it is. So let's say I also wanted to do this one. I like the way Anonymous is up here. I like the way Silaholics Anonymous is. And let's click there, unlock, May 1981. And unlock. When I go to visualize, ooh, I like the way Gemini is too. It's not going to move them. It will change the colors, but it won't move them and they will stay in those fonts. So now we're going to hit visualize again. Everything else around those will change. All right, I kind of like Anonymous the way it is here. So we're going to unlock it and we're going to release that one. I like the way Gemini is here. So we're going to unlock it and then visualize again. Okay, so you can do that and then you can also change the layout. So let's say you wanted to maybe keep those that way, but change the layout of everything else around it. We can do that as well. So let's go and visualize. See, those stay exactly as they were. So even the May 1981, which was sideways, it will stay that way. If I want to go and put crossing words around everything else, I can do that. Okay. And then once you have your design set and ready to go, I'm going to lock everything back into place. And it's kind of weird in the fact that you leave it unlocked and that allows you to change it, but then you hit lock to, keep it in place. That's kind of weird to me that I guess maybe you're unlocking it from the change, I guess, or detaching it from the change. So this is kind of busy. If I wanted to change the background of this, I would have to have the background as a different color. So if we go back down to style, I'm just going to show you, I can take the background image and I can bring that all the way up. So it will become black, but of course I can't see the black that I included in the design. So we're just going to go ahead and take that back down to 0. Once you have it done, you can save it. So I'm going to save this as SA Tut, just for the video purposes. And I'm going to hit, come on. And oh, sorry, we're going to hit save. That only, it gives me the pop-up after I've saved it. So let's say tutorial video, and I hit enter. Oh, why are you not doing it now? I don't know why it's not doing it right now. Oh, because I didn't change anything. Let's go visualize. Sorry. All right, now if I go in, and it's changed now, but if you go and let's say, okay, let's go save. It'll ask you, do you want to save as new? Do you want to rename? I don't remember ever hitting save, but I guess you do have to hit save every single time. Normally when I just change the name up here, it will kind of give me this prompt, but you can either rename it or you can save it as a new file. So I'm just going to save it as a new file because it is a different file. If you just hit save, it's going to overwrite what was there before. So we're just going to close that out. Now for the download part, you can choose to download it in the standard PNG or JPEG format, or you can choose one of the high quality ones, which you do have to pay for. I'm going to go to my account. So we're going to go back, and I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to download it as a PNG. I'm also going to download it as an SVG. Then I'm going to take this and drag it over into Silhouette Studio. And see, I did a PNG, but I still have the white background on this. I can crop this down to something, you know, if I had a template for my mug. So let's say my mug is actually, we're going to bring this down some, and I'm going to make this 10.25 by 4. I'm going to place this behind it, send it to the back. I'm going to shrink it down until I get it the size that I want to fit within my template. And then I'm going to select it, modify, and crop. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to Wordart because I'm going to show you the the true customized part of this. I want to keep these words, but I want to change the shape. So I'm going to go back to shapes. I'm going to add a shape. Now the shapes do go away every time. So it doesn't save them for you. You will always have to upload your image. So we're going to go to open images from computer, and I'm going to choose, oh, I still spelled that one wrong. And it's going to bring that in. And then I'm going to hit visualize. So I keep my words, I keep the colors and things like that. Let's go down to style. Let's go to custom. And so it's going to fill that in for me. And then I'm going to go download, and I'm just going to do it as a G. Let's also do a PNG. All right, we're going to bring that into Silhouette Studio. For this one, I am going to do a trace on it. So I'm going to go over to select trace area, put the box around it, and go trace and detach. And I'm going to delete that one. We're going to copy this and bring it over to the design that I have already set up here, and then paste it. And I'm going to shrink that down so that I can get that to fit here. Now, this is one of the things that I don't care for because I feel like the colors aren't exact or in exactly how I visualize them and how I want them to be with the white line, all of that. That is why I prefer the SVG a lot of the times. So trying to get that to line up exactly can sometimes be a pain. You're trying to get that to line up right with it. All right, that's pretty good right there. Or I can go in and bring in the SVG. So we're going to go back over here. Now, I can either drag and drop because I just opened it. If you decide to design them, save them, and then come back, we're just going to go File, Merge. I will go to the folder that I saved it in. I just saved it, so I'm going to go to Quick Access. It should be here, oh, but it's not. So let's go to Downloads, and we're going to go Black Lives Matter. This is the SVG format, and OK. So now with this one, I'm not going to have any lines or anything like that. I can size this up to the size that I want. We're going to right-click and ungroup. It is going to ungroup everything, so you'll see individual boxes. So if you start to move it, you'll be able to move certain parts of it, even like words and things like that. So be very careful. I just want to remove, let's see. The background. All right, and then I'm going to select everything else. And I'm going to group it together. I can, if I decided I did not want certain things to be a certain color, I can come in here. Right here, there's a lot of the same colors. So I can come over here and break this up. So let's say this word right here, or this string of text here, I want it to be the same gold. I'm going to just use my properties dropper, which is another Designer Edition or above feature. If you do not have Designer Edition or above, you would just come to your color page, your color dropper, and then select the color. Let's go back and choose the red. Okay, so you can customize it even more if you save it as an SVG. So now we're going to group this together. And I'm going to, another thing that you can do now that it is an SVG, if you wanted to change the color of, like, let's say the hair, I'm going to come here. So let's say I made ungroup. I wanted the hair to be brown. And let me see. This I do have to trace and detach. Well, I'm going to just trace it. So we're going to go up to trace, because that black part was an image before and it was a solid color image. So you just have to go in and trace the outer edge of it. That's why it has a box around it. I'm just going to up my threshold some, and I'm going to trace outer edge. Right. I'm going to click on this and move it. Click here and make that brown. Send it to the back. And so I will then have brown instead of black. And let's turn the line color off and then group this together. If I match it up with this one, so let's go and go here. This is 7.188 by 8.706. So we're going to make this one the same thing. We're going to make the height, what was it, 7.188. Let's lock this in. Well, let's lock that one in, 7.188. And then it made it the exact same size because remember, we saved that from Silhouette Studio at 100%. So it is the exact size that it should be. And now we can get this to line up. Okay. If I wanted to do the black one, we're going to lock that in and make that one 7.188. And then I can bring this down over top as well. And even make that a straight black. Oh wait, that's the, I'm sorry, that is the JPEG one, or is that the, we're gonna ungroup it. Oh, that's because I didn't trace it. And now let's Control G, group that back together. And let's just move the words down because we don't really need the outline if we're gonna do black. So we're just gonna move that down into place. The other great thing about it being an SVG, if I wanted some words to kind of go down into the, like the little sideburn here or in the curl, I can ungroup and then I can take those letters and move them around inside those spaces. All right. So hopefully this helped you guys learn a little bit more about word art and will inspire you to create your own custom word art designs. If you have any additional questions, do not hesitate to leave them as a comment below, or you can visit me on Facebook, Silaholics Anonymous, or join my Facebook group, Silaholics Anonymous, Silhouette Help, and drop your questions there, and I'll do my best to answer it. Sometimes Facebook gets a faster response than here on YouTube because I only check the notifications every so often for YouTube. So check me out on Facebook for a quicker response if you have any questions. Also, check out my website, shop.SilaholicsAnonymous.com, for classes, files. We also now have Honestly Speaking ink and paper available on the site for your sublimation needs, as well as pigment inks and regular paper such as glossy paper, matte paper, sticker paper are also in the works, and more is to come. So make sure that you visit shop.SilaholicsAnonymous.com to see all of our offerings. All right, guys, don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell so that you'll be notified. A lot of new videos are coming out. All right, until next time, have a great one.